Notice how some people seem to be rapidly aging right before your eyes. Notice how the heavy, suffocating weight of their own choices is starting to physically mark their minds, bodies, and souls. That is not an accident. When people choose to live as a slave to low vibrations, doing what everyone else does, projecting negativity, envy, and malice onto others, that density has to sit in the vessel that created it first. You cannot project poison without swallowing it yourself. You are not aging like the rest of them because you are completely disconnected from that toxic energy, fear, and emotional heaviness. They depended on you, but you depended on the Most High, Yahuwah. And when you think you can play games with someone who is genuinely trying to heal, grow, and evolve, you aren't just playing with a person, you are playing with a nuclear reactor. The judgment is completely in every single seed of destruction they tried to plant in your garden. And that has turned their own soil toxic. They threw stones at your peace, and now they are wondering why their own glass houses are shattering into tiny pieces. So let's be completely real about what happened behind the scenes. They didn't attack you because you wronged them. They attacked you because you reflected everything they refused to become. You were the standard they couldn't meet. You were the mirror they couldn't shatter. Instead of rising to match your frequency and doing their own inner work and healing their deep wounds, they chose the coward's path. They chose manipulation over transformation. They went behind your back, ran smear campaigns, and even resorted to witchcraft to try to pull you down. It was a whole community, co-workers, fake friends, relatives, operating like a dark coven, and got in their ear. They whispered lies, building a wall between his heart and his mind because they were deeply jealous of the magnetic bond you shared. They wanted him to take a downgrade so that they could keep him low vibrational and drain his energy. And he was gullible enough to eat it up. He wanted to believe the narrative. He wanted to believe the negative narratives because his demons were irritated by your divine light. He became a mouthpiece, a puppet for their spite. He tried to paint a picture of you as the evil villain. He calculated the rumors, spread the stories, and put your private life on display. But here is the funniest part about it. He stepped back to look at the evil picture he painted, and to his absolute surprise, it was his own face. Everyone is looking at the canvas saying, "Wait a minute, that's you." He exposed his own monstrous behavior while trying to expose an earth angel. But the universe doesn't take sides, it absolutely keeps score. Energy is neutral, but intention creates consequence. When witchcraft and low vibrational attacks are aimed at the protected, the cosmic backlash returns to the sender with compound interest. They thought they were burying you, but but they didn't realize you were a seed. The exact energy they used to try to break you became the fertilizer for your elevation. Every hex became a stepping stone. While they were busy strategizing a war, you were just in the garden, growing, blooming, and thriving. Look at this spectacular reversal happening right now. They wanted to close doors for you, but new opportunities are swinging open. Out of nowhere, they wanted you hidden, but people are finally seeing you for who you are and treating you like royalty. Meanwhile, their own finances are a freefall. Money is slipping through their fingers like water. Their health is declining with mysterious symptoms, an exhaustion that sleep won't cure, and an anxiety that medication won't touch. Because there is absolutely no honor among thieves. Now that the heat is turned up, the cult's coven is falling apart. The very people who joined him in those gossiping and hexing sessions are turning on each other, fighting over the scraps of their own toxic energy. They left him hung out to dry because no one wants to go down with a sinking ship. Now he's realizing that he fumbled the best thing he ever had for something that is fake. And he thought he could find a Rolls Royce on a used car lot. And now he's stuck dealing with something that is toxic, demonic, and fake and very low vibrational. He ran from you and a divine union because he was too lazy to ascend. He thought it was all about him, treating a once in a lifetime woman like you as a disposable option. And now reality has hit him like a ton of bricks. He is sitting in a self imposed spiritual prison, running in and out like a revolving door, trying to find your heart in someone else. But you cannot recreate a masterpiece out of fraud. And now he is a shell of a man now, experiencing the exact pain, isolation, and despair he tried to put you through. Even the relatives who used to judge you are now whispering behind his back about how stupid he was for letting you go. He has been stripped of his spiritual gifts, demoted from a divine path to a karmic cycle, and his car simply will not crank. No matter how hard he hits the gas, he has no power left because he severed his access to the source of his blessing, you, who was sent into his life as a divine intervention, a buffer between him and his karma. You were the grace period the Most High Yahuwah gave him to get his act together, and he abused it. If you step back into that burning building, you will absorb the karma that belongs to him. You will deplete your own blessings trying to save someone who chose to sell his soul to the devil and to low vibrational people, places, and things. He needs to hit spiritual rock bottom by design so that he can finally face the music. Your job is done. You stood 10 toes down through the dark, and Yahuwah fought the battle for you. Take your inheritance, take your peace, and keep moving forward. The judgment is in your favor. Walk in your royalty.